All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to yet another episode of Overground Productions. Uh,
Others is in
on
a
on the
circular
call,
ground, so he will be a bit late. He's in a cricket
yes,
stadium, right?
yes. Following his corporate duties for now, but as always, we have all three of us here: Chimpy, Adarsh, and myself. And I think safe to say we can start with what was the title of our last episode, which said, "Is Slot losing the plot?" Chimpy, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, so I think see Liverpool will definitely come back. Uh, I think their defense is what making them lose because see they are scoring. It might not be Salah, but okay, they are scoring. They are still attacking. If you see their numbers over the last few weeks, their XG has already actually improved, but because they are conceding so many goals, they have to be like score more to win, which is not happening currently. So unless they find a good center back, which is where they are lagging, and a good replacement for Robertson and Trent both, because Robbo is not fully fit, he is already old and all. At the same time, your Kirkis is not working at all. He was brilliant in Bournemouth, but he's not working at all in Liverpool. So unless they fix their defense, which I'm sure Slot will eventually, but I am not sure um, how many more game weeks he's going to get he's going to do to fix that. So once they fix that defense, I think their attack will automatically click, and we might again have conversation after game week 12 or 13 to have Salah or Gapco or even Ekiteke back in our teams. But right now, obviously, a no-go team to go.
And unsurprisingly enough, all three of us got our predictions wrong for this game. Although Adarsh being Adarsh and going left field all the time, I think he predicted a draw. Wanting, like, wishful that Liverpool dropped 2 points, but his wishes were answered in a better way when they dropped all three.
Yeah, yeah. And
So
I think it reflects now in our future predictions. We are
yeah,
hopeful, but I
for sure.
think, yeah, I think it will take at least two game weeks to see. Okay, they have actually turned, like Slot has actually turned it back to again see the predictions favorable to Liverpool.
But I think the defensive frailties will continue to be there, and which is what might cause them a more longer term problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when the Soboslai plays a right back, I think they are still okay, but then their midfield goes for a toss. So that combination somehow he needs to figure it out. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. From then, I think from the team where we got all three predictions wrong to the team where we, or for the match where we got all predictions right. And rightly so, moving from the Liverpool loss to probably the biggest winners of last game week, Arsenal. Uh, Thoughts, comments on this game and overall going forward? Okay, but my question to you is, triple up Arsenal defense the way to go?
I was going to say the same thing. I think yeah, definitely it is something to think about, especially if okay, if we get a penalty for Arsenal and if for next two game weeks, and if Saka is taking that, okay, then no, I still feel Saka is a good value because we all, at least I think I got him in my FPL team because of the performance I saw from him. He was obviously ill, hence he could not play full 90 minutes this game week, but still that flair is there. So I still stand with the two defense and one attack. You can go Saka or Eze anyway, or Gyökeres or Rice, whatever you think of. But if the penalties are shared, then obviously there is a conversation to be have that okay, then there is a way to go for triple Arsenal, and then you have Mbuemo and many other picks in the mid Sar, and so many other picks cheaper than Saka, and then you can invest that money better in your maybe forward or defense.
Hmm. Fair. And I think we'll cover more on Crystal Palace assets when we come to predictions for the upcoming game week.
Yeah, Crystal
But
Palace and United both we can cover in during the
yeah,
predictions.
yeah, and then yeah, just on the Arsenal game, I think so much social media outrage on them scoring through set pieces and whatnot. But I think what is not being seen today is every team that is trying to play Arsenal are themselves not playing the most expansive attacking brand of football,
Correct.
because they know that the moment they try to do that, they'll they'll concede, because they know what attacking firepower Arsenal have. So then it's a question of breaking those low blocks and trying to find uh, margins, what Arteta calls margins, to win the game, and they're doing that. So rightly so, I think was never a minute of panic in that game where I thought Arsenal would lose the game. However, till the time it was 0-0, it was always like, oh, okay,
Hmm.
maybe we might drop 2 points, which is not the best thing, but yeah, very, very solid performance yet again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
especially against the Crystal Palace team who has highest goal predictions over the last 6 game weeks. Till it is they haven't conceded. So I think others' prediction or the hot take is also slowly coming true. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. With that, should we then start from the top again, looking at the
Yeah,
first game that happened on Friday night between Leeds and West Ham? I know this says 25th. This is as per IST, but then the game happened on 24th. In case there are any international viewers of the episode. But yeah, Leeds West Ham. I think Chimpy, you were the only one who predicted it right. It was actually pretty close. It was just a 2-1 game for Leeds. But then I think Leeds fairly dominated the game, if I'm not wrong.
yeah. West Ham is a team to target. Basically, Nuno is yet to figure out his
Hmm.
defensive approach, how we found that in Forest earlier. Uh, West Ham is, I think, the top contender for relegation also this year, and it is a team to target. Yeah, even that goal was in 90 minutes. And it was in 90th minute, I think. So I almost got my prediction right. uh,
Yeah, yeah,
but yeah, I think good to have lead defender because they are good defensively. They are some top 10 in the XGC and all. So XGC like goals conceded. So good from the defense point of view, attack point of view. Again, know when to go for the goal share is always spread and like West Ham no go and team to attack.
yeah. Just another FPL bit here on Leeds. So Joe Rodon scored for them. He was one of the players that had scouted at the start of the season. And if you look at my game week one team, I had Joe Rodon.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Where he was very like poorly owned, like probably
yeah,
1% or
yeah.
something. And then suddenly he caught fire in terms of ownership. However, in game week six, when I played the wild card, uh, Ben Krellin, the GOAT, FPL GOAT, played his wild card in game week five, and he picked Goodmanson. And probably me underplaying myself, I said, ki if uh, Ben FPL GOAT Krellin is doing this and picking Goodmanson over Rodon, who am I who lies in digit ranks to differ from his opinion? And so I got Goodmanson. And well, Goodmanson got 1 point, whereas I think Rodon got 12 or something. I don't know, 9 or 12. Yeah.
I think it was scout by you. If I remember, I had gone from some other 4 million defender at the start,
Yeah.
but I just saw my game week one team, and yeah, because of I think you convincing me, I also have Rodon in my game week one team on bench sitting with 7 points.
Yeah, I know. I know. Ah, well, after that, moving on to the next game, we have Chelsea versus Sunderland. Another game where we've all predicted wrong results. By the way, before we get to the game, I sense there is a pattern, and there is a classic Big Six bias pattern that I always talk about. We've got all predictions wrong on the Chelsea game. We've got all predictions wrong on the Liverpool game. We've got all predictions wrong on the Man City game. Classic. And we have got all predictions wrong on the Spurs game, but in reverse. But yeah. Anyway, yes. Coming to Chelsea and Sunderland. What happened?
Defensive shit show, literally. So if you see that second goal, I don't know if you watched that. Like
Dude,
two.
it felt like Brian Robbie had like 10 minutes with the ball all by
Yeah,
himself.
yeah, yeah. Seriously, like I think Dawson and Adarbayo, I think those, and I think Chaloba, I don't know, two out of three of them, like they were just doing nothing. He was having the ball, they're doing nothing. Not no one of them is attacking, and then there were again all the like no one fall back. Like all like when you see the goal, I think three or four. Two or three Sunderland players are coming to help, but like only one, I think only Reece James fall back, and he was also very late. So no one fall back, and it was a like defensive nightmare which resulted in that loss. I give it fully to Sunderland. They were a better team. They were more attacking, but the win is too much because of the defensive mess that we had. And again, that is something for Mariska to sort out. We are good from the attack point of view, but we just don't know like towards the end how to hold that game and how to hold that defense. So and it's due to the injuries and all. I like understand, but you have so much bench power, so drain them and utilize them. I don't know how.
Yeah, yeah, true. I feel in some ways, of course, Chelsea have far greater squad depth and they
Yeah.
have like probably 100 players. But then in the like the playing 11 or the playing, how do I say, playing 20, it's very similar to the Arsenal 2020 situation where you have a bunch of youngsters who know how to probably go attack, score, and try to win the game, but that composure to hold the game out
Yeah.
is not there.
And that is something that can be trained. Like you have so many players on the bench. I don't know. Like if I give the analogy of the cricket team, we have
Yeah,
a good depth India squad, right? We have different players to play for T20, ODI, and Test, and we'll still perform well. And that much is of that much squad depth we have in like Chelsea team. Also, obviously, talent is not as comparable, but still, you can train them and at least like tell them to fall back, right? It was such
but
a
then no, I feel, I mean, as much as you can tell, I think this comes with more experience. The likes of Shaloba and other people will learn from this and say that, oh, you know what, these were the mistakes that we made as a team, and they will get better. Because I see similar patterns, right?
yeah.
What Saliba was in his first season. Of course, Saliba was very good even then. But then let's say what Gabriel was in 2020 versus what he is right now. What Saka was playing at left wing back versus what he's right now. So I think a lot of that takes more,
Yep.
I think, just in-game experience than training. Yeah. But
Just from
Chelsea should be, I still feel like, which is why I'm always sitting on the fence for Chelsea assets. By the way, after this game, Joao Pedro is definitely getting
definitely
kicked
sell.
out of
Yeah,
my team.
yeah.
Kicked out.
Yeah, yeah. And especially
Nowhere to.
after Delap is coming back now, he will play the number 9 role. So definitely he is going out. Only player to be invested is like Enzo, like Caicedo. If you want Defcon and all, that is fine. But from the attacking point of view, only player to invest right now is Enzo.
Yeah. Yeah. The funny part is, at one point, I had actually thought that I would put Joao Pedro on the bench. If I had done so, Mickey Van der Ven would have come in.
Oh, you had
Oh
him on first bench. Oh,
what are the odds?
so you and others both benched him and lost those points, man. Such a Arsenal bias.
Well. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. Okay. Uh, moving on to the next game, Newcastle and Fulham. I think, yeah, more difficult than what it seemed to be. I had thought Newcastle will coast in this game. but I think they just about managed to win this. I don't know how the actual game played out. Like Chimpy, if you have
Yeah,
stats
even
for the
I
game.
haven't seen, like, I didn't watch the game, but yeah, stat wise they dominated like 2.14 xg versus, again, Fulham also did well, 1.53, but 18
Mhm.
shots, sevens on target. So yeah, I think they dominated the game. It's just that I think Fulham is good defense wise, but they still concede all, like always. Uh, I think from Fulham point of view, only asset is Henderson. From FPL point of view, if you need to wait to see the injury news. From Newcastle point of view, again, if you have Ultimada, you hold. Otherwise, the goal share is very spread out. So in the long,
Yeah,
like, good fixtures in the short term, but from long term point of view, you can go a bit cheaper in Thiago, in Welbeck, and those options are there.
yeah, yeah. But by the way, Anderson is out for long.
Okay, at least in the mid week, there is a news that okay, he's not fit for the midweek, but still there is one more press conference. We'll get to know more.
Yeah, yeah, but now it's moved to. I think it was expected to come back in couple of weeks, and now it's gone to like a full red on FPL, and now it's with an unknown injury
Okay,
date,
okay.
injury return date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about Newcastle defense? Like, they are still good from the XGC number point of view. Uh, but there's again so much of a rotation, too many players fighting for a spot. Like, some of the fans are saying that Thiaw, center back, is good. Botman is injured now, so Shar can come in and play. Uh, Burn, Trippier, like, there's too many players, but I don't know whom to go for. So I haven't
I
decided yet,
think
but
I think Livramento is out for long,
yeah,
so I
Livramento out.
expect Trippier and Burn to continue. I don't think they have a lot of competition for places there.
Mhm.
Malik Thiaw has been a revelation for them.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, I feel Newcastle are a good team who are yet to get going for the season.
Mhm.
Like they are still not hitting uh, the levels that we saw of them last year. And of
Correct.
course, it's I mean now we are 9 games in. It's not to say that we are at the start of the season, but yeah, I do expect them to only get better. However, we'll look at fixtures. I mean, I would put Newcastle as a more fixture based team. They are not fixture proof in that lens. So yeah, okay to have like a fourth option, fourth defender option, I would say.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just one quick point Adarsh has pinged while he's traveling. He'll be online in some time. On the Liverpool defense, Allison is a big miss, and yeah, that is something we missed. Yeah, he is a big miss there in the defense, because otherwise he single-handedly turns the game around with those crazy saves, which is not happening currently.
True, true, and I think it's more presence also. I think the way he commands
Yeah,
the players ahead of him, that counts for a
he
huge.
is.
Yeah, I think others has also
Uh,
been
yeah.
focusing on yeah on it
So
resembling
very quickly.
goal.
So yeah, very quickly. Allison. The reason why I'm saying is, I'm not able to recall the exact stat, but he's one of the keepers who has prevented most number of goals from XDC. Like certain matches, he's prevented even 3 goals. I think that was in the Champions League. But still, having somebody who's so commanding, who's able to prevent uh, so many XG positive goal scoring opportunities, and that's when Liverpool usually hit you back as well. So that hit back was something that used to zap all the teams out. Uh, See again, linking that to Arsenal again. Arsenal have that kind of a player in David Raya. For example, if you see, there was a in the Champions League also there was a sure shot goal that he saved versus I think I'm not really sure if it was Atletico or the game before that, uh, which then posed that Arsenal scored the next 2 goals very quickly. So having somebody so commanding there is something that has helped Liverpool all this while. Given again, it is a world class player that they had, and again, not just him, Robertson. The backline itself had world class players. Almost all the 5 players were world class. So that is something that's affecting Liverpool. What I will
Would
say
have
is, uh,
Robert. but okay.
They will score. Sorry.
I would argue against Robertson, but okay. Yeah.
No, of course. I mean, I'm not saying that Robertson is at the level of Allison, but Robertson in his attacking intent
I mean,
is
but
up there. Like
I
there's
mean,
not many players who.
yeah, but you're using world class quite loosely. I mean, Robertson is not world class. Come on,
Sure.
he's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Allison. Allison can single-handedly change games. So I think that part is there. Uh, Liverpool will still score, but up until Allison comes back, they will still concede quite heavily. That's where they're gonna have. So it's gonna be back to the initial Klopp days where they're winning 4-3, etc., etc. Rather than keeping clean sheets, helping grinding out those wins or doing the controlling the game and killing the game as it is. So that is on Liverpool. With respect to Arsenal, there's one interesting thing that I wanted to bring up. One, I am the only player who has SA among the three of us. So I've been known as a owner since game week three. Uh, Triple defense versus two defense and an attack. I think two defense and an attack is the way to go, majorly because Arsenal started similarly in the 22-23 season, where they were very, very resolute defensively. But in the second half, they scored, I think, 59 goals over 18 game weeks. It is just a matter of time because you have to think about Arsenal not having their main core attacking players together at the same time. There's no Odegaard, there's no Saka who is still fully up there. Of course there's quality coming off the bench, but then again, people have not bed in properly. Gyökeres is doing a lot. Yeah, people are saying that he's just a running person who's running here and there. But then again, he's never had time to fully get a preseason under his belt. He's stretched. Havertz coming in will help. So there's quality coming in, and the goals will start coming. It's more a matter of when. And triple defense, the problem is one goal can then just
Yeah.
kill your team. It's not like there is a dearth of options in defense. There are decent defensive options which you can buy where you can spread the risk and also get that benefit because who will you get from a three defense? It's going to be a Raya and Timber and Gabriel. Timber and Gabriel have upside. Raya has the floor. He'll get 6, 7, 8 points at the max. An attacking return from a player could potentially get you that is my thought, which is why I will not go on a triple defense. I would rather be 2+1. And again, I feel Eze has still not kicked on, and there's a potential that he will come good
No, so
further
it's not
from
Raya
an attacking
Timber
perspective.
this thing. No, it's Saka plus say Anderson or Saka plus Richards versus Mbuemo plus Timber. So
No, so
it
see,
still has a
given
potential
given the
downside.
upside that no, given the upside that Timber has showing, I think Timber should be a shoe in any which ways. It's a Raya plus somebody in midfield versus Saka versus somebody in defense, somebody in goalkeeper. That's where the question is going to be.
No, no. So are
Because
you saying? Sorry. So the two Arsenal defense, like the two Arsenal defense that you're talking about, are Timber Gabriel the locked-in choice for you, or
Yeah.
is it Raya plus someone who is locked-in choice for you? Because
see, my team
of the three, Gabriel has the highest output.
ceiling. Yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
correct. So again, I am not sure I will go for Timber. But going by the ownership, Timber plus Gabriel is what the major template is going to be, and where the major upside is going to be from a defense perspective.
So
I am
here's
not
my
going to go there.
counter. Yeah, here's my counter on why triple Arsenal defense makes sense, right?
Hmm.
I fully understand what you're saying about they have not peaked and they'll only get better attacking wise, etc., etc. But they will only get better later. I mean, I don't see that happening immediately starting this week or next 2, 3, 4 weeks. Like Madueke needs to come back, Saka needs to be fully fit, Odegaard needs to come back, and then the team will start rolling. From a pure FPL lens, it's not that I am investing in a stock and it will like give me 200% returns where their revenue doubles at the end of the year. I am solving for my immediate next game week, and what I see in my immediate next game week and the game week after is that There is no team with as much clean sheet potential as Arsenal. And which is why then there is an argument to be made of, sure, like, okay, if they concede one goal, then, oh, you might lose out on all your points. But then just look at the games where not conceding any goal. Then you are actually blocking in
Yeah.
6, 6, and 6. And potentially not just 6, 6, and 6. One of Timber and Gabriel are ending up getting at least 2 bonus points. And getting 8 points is equivalent to a midfielder scoring a goal or a forward scoring a goal plus getting 2 bonus points. So why not?
I think
And
if you
given how the results are this week and last week, the lack of clean sheets in other fixtures, I don't see an out and out team with very good defenders per se.
Yep. No, but I think if you already are in a structure of two defense and one attack, then I think you stick to it rather than doing all the surgery for your team. But if
Right.
you are
Yes.
wild carding, or then obviously triple Arsenal is also something to be considered, depending on your trust and uh, trust on the Arsenal defense versus the attack.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair. All right. With that derailment from others on the fixtures, we'll come back
Yeah, one last
to.
point. One last point. Sorry. Yeah, the last one was basically Chelsea. Uh, so the immaturity that Rana was mentioning, it's very reminiscent of old Wenger sides, which when things are easy, there's quite free flowing football, etc. That's coming down. But when there's some kind of physical opposition that comes, there were instances where they buckled down under pressure. They couldn't close the matches out. So I think there is some reminiscence. Simply from your point of, they could be coached. It depends on the people who are around you. Not necessarily. I don't think there are those kind of personnel right now at the Chelsea ecosystem who could help teach this particular grinding out piece to them. So
Mm-hmm.
slightly, I'm slightly not agreeing to that point of view there.
Yeah, it's like Chelsea needing figures like Xhaka or someone else,
Hmm.
like just get the group together kind of a thing. I mean, Enzo is not that kind of a player, or Caicedo is not that kind of a player. However, individually they are exceptional, like very good players. All right, on to the next one. United Brighton seems like I got this one right. Amorim at the wheel. I'm all in for this with United winning this game. By the way, I saw second half of this game, and Brighton were basically outrun in the midfield till the time they made subs at around 60, 65 minutes, or around 70 minutes, in fact, and then they got back into the game,
Mm-hmm.
taking a moment to appreciate Danny Welbeck's free kick. So calm, so unassuming, such poise, such brilliance. Oof. It wasn't even like the most precise free kick, by the way. I mean, the keeper should have saved it, but just the, like, his gait while walking towards the free kick and taking it, beautiful. Loved it. And then they scored from a corner. Interesting stat on the corner. James Milner took the corner. If I'm not, making a hash of his name, I think it's Constant Lewis.
Constaluas.
Yeah, Costa Lewis. So James Milner made his Premier League debut before Georgios Kostas Lewis were even born. Uh, and this is the largest gap in the Premier League between, in terms
Goal
of
and
age,
assist.
someone who has made an assist and someone who has scored a goal.
Nice.
Yeah, insane. But United look great in terms of creating chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they are trying to build like that typical chaos team, which United have been for some time,
Mm-hmm.
but they are trying to find that rhythm again, where just quick 2, 3 passes and make the attack. Try to find some space. Try to find some overloads at the edge of the box, and just take your shots. Basically, take your shots, take your chances. Don't try to create like the ideal perfect goal or anything. Uh, Good chaos, but I think Brighton were also bad, which is what has inflated some of the numbers in terms of XG and whatnot. So I would still be a bit cautious overall on United assets. Again, there is that old school bias that because it's United own now, how can you not have a United asset? Uh, I am not really on that train today, honestly. Yeah,
I have a dilemma. Shall I put it
yeah.
now or later during the predictions?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Whichever.
is Mbuemo worth -4 this game week, or just get a SAR who is home to
No,
Brentford? Because I am
honestly,
very tempted, but I just read and followed. Like I watched FPL Raptors YouTube just before coming here, so he had a good point that the next two games are away, and one of them is Nottingham for next one is Nottingham Forest versus Daesh Defense. So although yeah, United are looking like the old United from the last three matches. -4, I was considering, but I'm a bit skeptic now after talking to you guys also and after listening to Raptor.
no. I mean, the simple argument is to take a -4. Mboemo has to give you more than one goal
Yeah, yeah,
as a return.
and it is a spread. Like Bruno can score, Mount can score,
Yeah.
Casemiro can score.
I mean, they're just
So
creating chaos.
yeah.
Anyone can score. For
Mhm.
all you know, Lenny Oro might score in the next game.
I
So
was considering because of the numbers I shared with you on
yeah,
the non penalty XGI. He is top two or top three just after Haaland or something like that. So like numbers are insane, but again -4 I feel a bit overstretched. So I think I'll just go then. I just want Alderete to fit. If that's there, then I'm not going for Boomer out for sure. But if Alderete is not fit, then I have a defense problem also. Then it will be a control with their control and go for SAR. Let's see what happens. Yeah.
yeah.
See,
We'll come to more on
in
FPL
terms of
picks.
this, yeah, just one thing specifically to United, the assist or no assist from Bruno for the fourth goal. I think I just have to bring it up. It was, I think, one of the best leaves I've seen in the recent past. It was absolutely crazy. Uh, with respect to United assets, having owned one painfully for the last few weeks, uh, there is, like Pranav mentioned, there's a lot of chaos. Uh, if at all there's somebody that's going to be MBMO, but you can't really consistently believe that they're going to return something. Specifically pointing out to Sar as well, having owned and seen Sar as a player over the years, he, unlike his time at Watford, he's more right now playing a supplier role or the pre-assister's role, not the finisher or at the end of chances. That's something that we need to consider because I think from a heat map perspective, Munoz, for example, is farther ahead of Sar most of the time, and Sar is the one who's feeding Munoz for his runs or
Mhm.
Mateta for his runs. So there's a great chance that he's the pre-assister rather than actually going to score or get you points. So I'm just having owned Sar and having seen Sar quite actively, especially last season. Uh, I'm slightly wary on that particular perspective. So maybe we'll cover this in the further dilemmas. Uh, but yeah, just a point of view since you brought it up right now.
Yeah, fair. I mean, I've also owned SAR, and I echo the same thoughts there on SAR. I mean, we'll talk about SAR more in the FPL dilemmas. Yeah, but just closing out the results, then I think we covered Liverpool and Arsenal games
Yeah.
earlier. Arsenal, Palace, Brentford, Liverpool. Uh, the other
Emery
one is
masterclass.
Aston Villa, Man City. Emery masterclass in action. But truth be told, uh, City lost this exact fixture last season as well. And if I'm not wrong, they lost the same fixture the season before as well. So I think it's three on the bounce for Pep versus Emery. And I mean, I think we made some premature predictions here. I would say because like on Saturday before the game started, I was more like, oh, I just have a feeling that Villa might nick this one for some reason. Yeah, and it turned out that way. Yeah, but
So
any thoughts on like others, like thoughts on how City are set up? They have like so much reliance on what Haaland is doing, and then parallelly thoughts on I think this is where the big team bias comes in. with United having done like whatever chaosy results, people are hopping on to the United assets bandwagon. My question is, are Villa assets there to be owned again? Why not Villa assets?
See, again, from a Man City playstyle, before that, initially you guys started with my left field picks. Every result that I have gone wrong, I've mentioned that Liverpool are going to drop points, City are going to drop points. They didn't drop the entire points of the results, but if you look at it as 1-1, where uh, which is more attuned to what the end result was as compared to both what you guys predicted. That is one. Second thing, from a Spurs result perspective, Pranav, I think you've got it right. You should have green yourself as well because you predicted a win for
Oh,
Spurs.
oh yeah. Oh,
So that's
thanks.
also one thing I just wanted to bring up. Now, in terms of City, I think that is the most concerning bit. Everything, the main focal point is Haaland. Uh, Haaland, right now, I think this is something that Wenger brought up in one of the interviews that was there. Uh, he mentioned that this is about him talking about Henry, how he made him, or he brought the feeling to Henry that he is a player who can also score goals rather than a goal scorer. And the demarcation that he brought up was he is somebody who is also able to make the players around him better, make the players around him score, make the players around him get goals, assists, etc. As compared to a Haaland who's a pure out and out goal scorer who finishes chances. Now, this finishing of chances is not happening with Haaland right now when whatever feeder system that he has is getting suffocated. Now, like again, I agree with Pranav. We had the big game bias, and we didn't think of the prehistoric results of Emery pulling a card on Pep all the time. But yeah, now that's where my dilemma is going to come is uh, given that City are also going to face another tough game this game week as well. Is Haaland actually the right choice for a captaincy pick? Because I don't really see any way if they're able to stop the passing lines from any perspective, from the wings, from the center. Is that happening or not? Is that potentially possible?
Who is the
Do we
alternate
do we
for
look
you?
at
But
should we look at see uh, I I have a differential pick of Eze against Burnley, assuming he doesn't start today, because there is a shout that you shouldn't cap a differential player, but why not? Is a question that I'm contemplating. Other than that, there's no outright calls because again, I'm thinking how does Bournemouth play versus how does Aston Villa play? They are great at pushing out, or they're great at stopping spaces in between. They're great at making sure that uh, the player doesn't get enough time on the ball. They're very aggressive. They're very front-footed defense, which is why you see a lot of their players getting defcons as well. Similar to how Palace also plays. So, if this kind of a team is happening, is there enough chances for a Haaland to beat the last man with an overhead ball, or are there people going to overlap beyond to give him a cut in? Because again, Pranav remembers or points out the Palace Bournemouth game. I think it was the best game.
Yeah.
Now, if that was the case, then why? How did Mateta get a 3 xg? What was there? Is that are we then overthinking it? And should if that happened again? There's too many questions that are there, which is
No, no,
what
no.
I
So,
wanted to
so
bring
yeah.
up.
Okay, so then that is where there's a point, right? When teams are doing a front foot defense and trying to do aggressively press, that is where it opens up spaces where if you're able to beat the first line of press, then you have found the team out. And that is what happened in that game where both teams were able to do that effectively. Where you can give credit more to the teams when they had the ball versus when they didn't have the ball, right? My only thing for the City Bournemouth game potentially is that City might find that kind of style to be better to play against, where they are technically more gifted and they can beat people charging at them with quick flicks and tricks and turns, and they might create a lot more chances.
Against Bournemouth,
Yeah,
who have been quite resolute defensively.
yeah.
think
Okay.
Cherky and Marmush are also back, which will help. Currently, that mid was a bit unstable with for Pep, so that will also play in favor of Haaland.
Yeah, I think also, I think how many goals is Haaland on? 6, 7. The next best scorer for City is somebody with 2 goals.
That's
No, no,
That's
the
their
own
biggest
goal.
concern.
no. It's own goals. Yeah, the second highest scorer is own goals.
Yeah, post that it's Foden and Reinders, I think,
Yeah,
and two each.
11 goals so far for Haaland.
Oops, not even 7, 11. But yeah, again, style of play, not really sure uh, how City are able to. If they unlock one, they're able to unlock more. It's just
Yeah,
can they unlock that particular piece?
Cool. Quickly on the next thing.
yeah. Quickly on the next game, Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest. I think we were just talking about Bournemouth. They were able to eke out a very good 2-0 victory. I think Chimpy and I both got our 2 goals to Bournemouth, correct?
But it was a
Chimpy
very
got,
XG game. So like
yeah,
dice game is started. So that's why I'm considered about United's next game. It was
yeah,
on just point 0.5 XG and Bournemouth scored 2 goals. It was so like yeah they are good, but it 1-0 could have been the fair uh, scoreline.
correct. Fair. Yeah, and like you said, I think the dice ball is
Yes.
slowly bedding in. Yeah, we can expect more better, and we'll cover more in the set of predictions as well going forward. Uh, Wolves, Burnley. Any thoughts? I mean, Wolves are just not able
Yep.
to get
Again,
right.
both the teams to target from FPL point of view, and nothing to invest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Very
By the
straightforward.
way, at full time, the home fans were turned on the manager.
Oh,
They were booing the players and whatnot. And Vitor Pereira was quite emotional in the post match interview where he said that, hey, you know what, the players are actually trying. Like, if they hadn't tried and fans are booing, I could understand, but we put in the effort. I don't know the XG stats for that game, Chimpy, in case you have those, but
yeah,
it's he's
2.28 XG actually. 15 shots, 7 on target. So yeah, Wolves
yeah, exactly.
did the good
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. So that is what he was pointing to. That hey, we were kind of the better team and we put everything out there, but the result didn't go in our favor. So yeah, tough times, and I don't know. Vitor Pereira might potentially be the next one to get the
Next
pink
Ange.
slip.
And I think
Ah,
even I think Mario Gomez also tweeted saying that we understand your pain. We are fighting and we'll make sure we will pay back
Joao
the trust
Gomez,
that you guys have put.
Joao Gomez, not Mario
Joao
Gomez.
Gomez, yeah, sorry. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
Bayern Munich, Bayern
yeah,
Munich came in between. And on to
yeah.
the last one, the Everton's first game, having benched Van der Ven, both me and Pranav wouldn't want to speak too much there. Chimpy, please go forward, share us your thoughts
Again, I
so that
didn't
you can
see
put us
the
out of
match.
commentary.
I didn't see the match, but
Wait.
Everton.
Painfully, I did.
I saw the game.
Okay, go
Okay, it
for
was
it.
after the
Same, I
Arsenal
did.
game.
I did so.
I just came back and started watching the game, and it was such a bad game, like such a bad half of nothing happening, like people just being disinterested in the game. Everton fans were at the edge because the referee was making some, 50-50 calls all against Everton. It had almost reached a boiling point where I felt, oh, you know what, second half is going to be a cracker, and then another corner and another goal. I'm like,
No, no,
what
before
is
the
this?
corner, before the corner, there came a stat. The commentator said
Oh
Everton are the
yes,
only team. Everton are the only team who haven't
Not
conceded in a
considered.
set piece. Kudos. And then apparently Bentancur hit it with his shoulder, cushioned it across for Van de Ven. But Gary Neville thinks that it's a piece of class, whereas Bentancur mistimed his jump. But somehow he wants to show that it is a piece of class and great touch to get it done. But again, Gary Neville being Gary Neville, that happened. And again,
And
this
so,
goal
yeah,
happened. It was crazy.
yeah. But crazy game. I don't think the scoreline. I mean, the scoreline probably reflects the right result in terms of lack of intent from Everton. But yeah, that's about it on that one. And I think Spurs have the best away record this season, so that's something to look forward to.
The
Which
only
brings
bright
us,
spark,
yeah,
the only bright
go.
spark from Everton perspective is Ndiaye's dribbling skills. He's a baller.
Oof,
Yeah, he's a
oof.
baller.
Yeah,
That's
he,
all.
he made that one turn and a dribble in the first half, which was beautiful. By the way, which brings us to the predictions for the upcoming game week. I think we can roll through this real quick,
Yes.
and just for everyone's knowledge, I think we have moved to a Super Brew Predictor app where we'll look at things and all the predictions on how it's happening.
And
So we should
and
we
this is
should get
not a
started.
paid. This is not
Yeah,
paid.
yeah,
We're not getting paid. It's not a paid shout out. We don't have enough views yet.
yeah. So
So
yeah, but I think we'll have a better way to track our results and how close we are in terms of our predictions as well.
Yes.
To other point that he predicted Liverpool and City to drop points. However, it would have still fetched him a big fat zero because the results weren't accurate. Yeah. Coming to this week or the upcoming game week in terms of predictions, I think starting with the first one, Brighton leads. Adarsh and me are going for a Brighton win, it seems, and Chimpy has gone for a draw. So, Chimpy, I think you need to do some explaining here on
Leeds is
why.
a good defensively. They cannot concede 2 or 3 goals. I understand Brighton is at home, but they have put up a good defensive number. And but again, I don't think they'll concede three for sure. Maybe two, but I feel it will be a draw. Or they'll give a tough match to Brighton.
speaking on Leeds, I think I have to bring up the point that the saving grace for me this game week, the previous game week, is that I started Rodon
It's
and did
okay, we
not
can move
bench.
on from that.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
can move on
So
from
just bringing
yeah.
that up just for Pranav and his Gunmunson pick. I think Bright Leeds at home are a different animal as compared to Leeds away. Uh, and Brighton, given the chaos that they usually bring, especially for their home fixtures, there's a potential that Leeds could concede. Again, right now I put it as 2-1. It also depends on how or what the game between Arsenal and Brighton are going to happen in the Carabao Cup tonight rather. So that's also something that's on my mind. But yeah, I think there is like we have to consider that Leeds home, Leeds away, Ellen Road, and not Ellen Road is a function there as well.
Yeah, my like quick thoughts on this one is the only fact that yes, Leeds are better at home, and I think somehow some part of the mentality comes from the manager. I think Daniel Farka in his previous stints at Norwich as well, when Norwich had come up, he's I don't know how to put it. He's a great championship manager, but in the Premier League, whenever they have to go away, I think he's a bit too conservative or scared of what might happen as a result. Ends up putting a very defensive first kind of approach, which I don't know whether his players like that as much. Yeah, but I think it's more down to the manager on this one. I feel. Yeah.
No, that's fair. That's fair. But Farke has done better this season. He's been more proactive. But yeah, one for us to watch. I
Yeah.
think. What about Burnley, Arsenal? I think all of us are going for another clean sheet.
Seems like
Uh,
there are three clean sheets here, which brings me to my previous point on why not triple up on an Arsenal defense if you're on a wild card.
See, again, goals are
Yeah.
gonna come. I'm very sure goals are gonna come. See, if Arsenal can put 4 goals across Atletico Madrid side, which
No, no, no. I'm talking
Simeone.
more about the nil part here, where all three
No,
have
no, that's fine.
predicted nil.
You're going for the floor. Talking about the floor. I'm talking about the ceiling. I already have gotten the floor with two defense. And if Arsenal as a team can put 4 across a Simeone side, which giving Simeone in his long managerial stint his heaviest defeat, equaling his worst heaviest defeat, then Arsenal can score goals. It's just a matter of time. So if you want to protect your floor, yes, by all means, a triple defense. But I think that's not giving Arsenal enough credit for a team that scored 100 goals 2 seasons back.
It's okay. It's okay. I don't think you need to protect them so much. I just don't feel that they are in that, that flow
Protect
state
us,
where
Pranav,
they.
us, not them, us.
Okay, okay. Next game.
No, I just feel like broadly, I think Arsenal are not in that flow state in terms of attacking. Although, like all other numbers in terms of like touches in the opposition box and everything, they are topping the charts, which is great. I think 2-0 or maybe even 3-0 might be a comfortable result. 4-0, sure, if Gyökeres gets his right boots on, then yeah. Seems
As
seems in the last game it felt like he like exchanged his boots between his feet. Yeah.
Crystal
as a,
Palace
as a,
7.
as a scored, I did predict as a scoring last week also. So yeah, it's gonna continue.
Yeah.
That's your team bias.
Always.
All right. Next one. Palace Brentford. Both of you have picked a Palace win. I have gone for a draw. I'll go first on the draw bit. I feel Brentford are being underestimated right now in terms of how they are set up. I think Keith Andrews and the overall club have done a tremendous job
Yeah.
after losing the kind of players that they lost in the summer. They lost their captain in Norgard, they lost their star player in Mbuemo, they lost another star player in Wissa to Newcastle. By the way, all three have gone to three different clubs within the Premier League, which is pretty huge, which also tells you the value that these players have. But they've been doing like a phenomenal job, and I feel they will give Palace a tough time. I might be slightly wrong in the result, which I might still change come Saturday, where I might go for a 2-1 or something. But I just feel it is much closer than what it seems to be.
No, fair.
Yeah,
Wolves
and
win,
I
Adarsh.
covered Sar, but Chimpy, anything on
Yeah,
Mateta?
sorry. Mateta, like great numbers. I've already made that transfer, so I've already shipped out the Pedro and got Mateta in. I'm considering to get Sar also. We'll see. But like
Oh
Haaland
wow.
and Mateta for sure a forward line to have for going forward. The third forward can be a Krupi Junior or anyone you want if you want to invest heavily in the mid and defense. But from attacking point of view, there are no forwards like picking their neck out. So if Gyökeres, as you mentioned, finds his boots, then yeah. But for now, yeah, Haaland and Mateta for sure.
So just one thing, simply having been burned by early transfers earlier, I'm just wary of the Liverpool game.
Midweek, yeah.
I would also make that fixture today because since they're playing Liverpool with four fixtures in about 9 days, they could
No, so
hopefully nothing happens, but
so
still.
it was a bit of a knee-jerk transfer for sure because I thought Pedro will also go down in value, which surprisingly hasn't happened yet because of his higher ownership. So definitely give like tonight's game and then that move can be made. I'm just keeping the fingers crossed now that he doesn't go off through the injury, the Mateta.
Yeah, and and for me, my transfer is specifically going to be looking at getting Munoz in. So that's what I'm looking at because I
So
think
you're giving
he
Pedro
is
one
somebody
more
who's
week.
attacking. I'm going to bench him.
Okay, cool, nice.
All right. Moving to the next one, Fulham Wolves. Seems
How
like
Wolves is
others.
winning others?
Yeah.
Which Wolves asset you have now in your FPL team? Okay, I think it's
So
about the
my
win.
reasoning for getting Wolves a win is basically because I think they are going to turn a corner. They're not as bad as they are as the results show. They can score. Defense is something that they're lacking. Given the emotions that's there, there is a potential that they can pull it off, especially against Fulham, who are not having Anderson. That's my logic because
They
chance
can pull
creation
it
is
off,
not
but
their
memory
problems.
looks a bit stretched. But yeah, I think result wise, it
It's going to
can
be an emotionally charged game. That's why I'm looking at it.
cool.
It's
Interestingly, my take is the exact same, but for Fulham, where They are far better than what their results have been. And they're a really strong and well built, well organized side. So I really want them to get the results. I mean, it might end up in any way. It might just happen that Wolves end up winning, or it might be a draw or whatever. But then I actually want them to get the win. Like it's more from that standpoint that they're a very well drilled unit. Marco Silva doesn't get the credit that he deserves. He's in the last year of his contract. They haven't offered him a new contract. But I think he should make a serious in the Manchester market. If that
I
doesn't
think I thought he was offered a new contract and it's going positively or the conversations or something along those lines.
this week,
Maybe I'm mistaken.
there is like that one rumor that has
Okay.
started potentially, but yeah, till this week there was nothing happening there. Yeah. Okay. All right. Next one. Forest United.
I think yeah, the whole community
So
is heavy on United, but
we have all three results here.
Somebody's gonna get it right for sure.
Of course.
So,
yeah,
so I'll tell you my thoughts on it. Uh, Given the XG etc. that's happening, which Chimpy you rightly mentioned, I think Daesh is gonna have that. I think it's gonna be his first home game as well. Uh, that's gonna be first home Premier League game. The last home game he did was beating Porto 2-0. Uh, Wood can potentially be back. Dice, one of the things that I say always remember of Dice is him training his Burnley team to allow people to take shots but block the shots at faraway areas to ensure that they protect the clean sheet. United being a very trigger happy team in terms of shots and chaos, that shot taking thing is going to happen, but they're not going to be anywhere near the goal. One can happen. So I am fully banking on Daesh pulling a fast one on Amarim, and all the Amarim title challenge things are going to fall flat as well. So that's basically why I'm
but
going there.
why are you
Wait,
predicting
wait.
2-1 win then? Is it opposite then?
2-1 for Nottingham Forest. So the Amarim title challenge conversations are going to fall flat.
Wait, what? Who is talking about Amorim
Yeah, I've
title challenge? Like what?
yeah, I have people. Yeah, I have United fans around me who are
I think they
saying
should
3 wins on a trot, and they're saying it.
ask them to switch to Pro Kabaddi League on Star Sports 3. No offense. Yeah.
I will communicate that to them for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Amorim title challenge. Wow. Okay. That's a shocker. Yeah, I think I've gone for a nil-nil. Yeah, most likely it might not end up being a nil-nil. Hmm. I mean, I might go as far as saying, yeah, 2-1 seems very much likely, but I think if there is a winner out of this, it might be Forest, is what I feel. Chimpy, your thoughts on why United win?
Again, as you mentioned, right? They are creating that chaos. So I
You
think
want
there will be
Sembuemo?
still. No, no, I am. So I think there will be still be managed to get one goal, but it will be a low scoring game. I still feel. And I haven't seen that attack from Forest yet, and hence no goal for them. Let's see if the Wood comebacks, if the Dyche partnership flourish again, then I might be wrong. And the
God.
first home game, I think that will come into play. I might change it before Friday, but for now, I think 0.
Okay. Okay. Tottenham Chelsea. I think we have gone for high scoring draws, and I would say that yeah, it just feels like a very chaotic game which can go.
I hope it doesn't turn out to be a boring one. Let's see.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, it
Yeah,
will be
that's
an
all we
exciting.
want.
It will be
Yeah,
either a chaotic one or a very boring game.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, clearly you have gone with the Chelsea bias there on 2-1 to Chelsea. We'll see on that one. All right, coming to Liverpool Aston Villa, it seems like I am going on the other side now and predicting a Villa win.
No, but we still
Wow.
feel, all of us
Like
feel
I,
that,
I
okay?
just want to I just want to go 2 weeks back where
Liverpool
or 3 weeks
predictions.
back rather. Where were we? Where were we? It all started when we started the pod, it seems. Yeah, it's only here where, oh my God, Liverpool have lost here and here and here and here.
Maybe it's
Wow.
the curse of our pot.
We should keep at it.
Yeah. So with that in mind, I am just going with whatever data I have. Yeah.
So again, for me, the reason why I am going for this, one of the things that Pranav you brought up, I think, was do we consider Aston Villa assets now,
Yeah.
given they are quite underrated, etc. The problem is who do you get? Who can you
Yeah.
trust to get? Who's gonna play 90 minutes for you week in week out? Who can do things for you? Rogers is not it. Watkins is not it. Daniel Mallon is not it. So there's no reliable pick for
Yeah,
you.
maybe, but
Can you
again,
rely? Yeah, but can you again? Can you? So yeah, if not, do you look at the defense? No, the defense is so leaky, and they're not DefCon merchants as well. So there's no upside for you. Neither is there a floor. So there's no point in getting them right now.
wait
Is
and
what I
watch.
feel. Uh, yeah, it's a wait and watch. Again, they're a great team to watch potentially. Maybe not. And again, if you look at the goals that they scored, it's all very low XG, uh, high risk, high reward type of goals. The last two goals that they scored, which helped them in the match, it
Yeah.
was a cash and a bendy out of the box. Worldies on the left foot. So again, I don't think that'd be sustainable. Uh, from who can you pick, etc. perspective. The reason why I'm going for a high scoring game is majorly because I think Liverpool are there for the taking. Uh, Villa will are on a great upward trend, and hopefully the podcast trend helps us get another win for Arsenal.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Okay. Cool. On
What
to the
about West
next.
Ham, Newcastle? Yeah, what do you guys? Again, quite varied here.
West Ham is not yet there. I doubt they'll score. But and especially Newcastle is good at defense. I know they have leaked goals in the last two game weeks, but before that they had conceded zero. I think for 3-4 game weeks straight. So I don't think we'll have any goal. But yeah, let's see.
Got it. I just feel
Yeah,
like I think Nuno will get his act right. He's getting closer and
He's
closer
good,
to.
but the players, I don't know.
No, no. I think because and I covered this when we were discussing the results that Newcastle aren't in their stride like they were last season. That plus Nuno bedding his system in over the last 3 weeks, I think they might eke out a result here. Yeah.
yeah. Again, Newcastle is also very similar to the Villa side as well. From an attacking perspective, Voltemada has been pulling off
He had a
crazy
great
goals, but
chance.
again,
He
he's
had
giving you the flow.
some. He hit the post last game week also. If he would have scored, we would
Correct.
we're having this different conversation. But
Yeah.
Correct. So think of it this way: Liverpool. So Newcastle went from a player like an Isak who likes bringing the people around him also closer to the goal, uh, to a Voltamada who is more a target man, who is more like a Haaland who wants feeding into him, which is detrimental to him them scoring the goals. On the flip side, the defense, yes, I was one of the people who got Livramento quite early. Unfortunately, he got injured, which is why I haven't been able to keep that. Their defense is very, very good, but then again, there is a potential chance of rotation between the players. Can you trust them to last 90 minutes? Because there are three centre backs playing for two positions, which is Botman, the Thiao person. Again, I'm not really sure if I'm correctly pronouncing their name right, and Burn as well. Once Hall or somebody Livramento comes back, how does that look is also something that we need to figure out.
City Bournemouth next. I think it will be a high scoring one. We all have predicted that.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this match.
All three have got 4 goals in there in
Yes,
the result.
yes.
I think I've gone for a City win exactly for what I covered earlier. In terms of City will like this kind of a system and how they play. However, City have suffered the other way also in such games. So I mean, I would say this is like a 3-1 to City or 2-1 to Bournemouth kind of a game.
Mhm.
I don't see a 2-2, but never know. Yeah,
And lastly,
I think Sam Menu is gonna step back again, like step up again this game week. Like it's a big game.
he
It's a big
generally steps up
big
in such games. So yeah,
these
I
kind of
have the
games.
same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
same.
we'll see. We'll see. All right, last one. Seems like clean sheet for Sunderland is what is obvious here.
Sunderland were second on the table for few hours. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
Damn. So good thing for fans. Nice.
yeah, yeah. I mean, all pretty good. I just feel somewhere David Moyes with his instincts of saving his ass uh, will go back to a low block and see the game out. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just I just feel this will be one of those games where yeah, just an odd goal, early goal, and
Check, check
can
it.
settle the game either way. Yeah.
I think momentum is just going to help Sunderland go further. Everton, so I'm gonna. There's a potential again. This is wishful thinking, but Eddie Nketiah loan to Everton could be a great signing for them. Majorly because Everton are quite toothless right now. Like they don't have any good players to help them finish attacks, and Nketiah being there could potentially help. Just a loan signing off the top of my head.
Interesting. Interesting. We'll see that. I don't think Palace have enough depth for letting Nketiah go anywhere.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Quickly on the teams, I think yeah, I have already made one transfer. I have one more free transfer. I want to get Guardiol and Reinders out. I'll definitely getting one of them out this game week. So it will be either Sar or Munoz coming in. If I don't go for Bumo, if I go for Bumo, then it will be a -4 coming in. But Pedro to Mateta is already done.
Somebody is very rich.
Yeah. I think taking Pedro out seems to be the case.
uh,
I know we don't have the team sheets, but just like on broader assets, we have covered most of the assets to own or pick for the upcoming week. Yeah.
yes.
So
I think one asset we did not bring up was Raul Jimenez. I think he's a good shout for 90 minutes nailed on penalties for a Silva side potentially who could come back
hmm,
uh,
Good shout.
because Muniz is still injured. So that's also one shout that we did not bring up. So hence,
fair, fair, fair. All right. With that, I think we are at the end of another episode. Looking forward to a cracker of a weekend. But
Yes.
before that, we have EFL games coming up with Brighton, Palace, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, everyone in the fray. So let's see how that goes. A lot of Premier League teams facing off each other.
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting. Unfortunately, Grimsby's great run came to an end yesterday when Brentford banked five, but nevertheless, a great
Yeah.
run for them. Yes.
I think like one closing note from my side is like given once since we started the predictor game, I've either gotten the predictor great and my FPL team got very bad results, or the other way around. So I'm happy if my predictor doesn't go well, so that I can have some FPL points again this week as well. So that's why more left field picks don't happen, so that I can enjoy
Are
more.
you starting Kudus then this game week or you have already?
Yeah, 100%. It's my 3-3. I'm definitely gonna do it. Kudus, Enzo, everybody's gonna score.
Cool, cool.
We'll see.
Okay,
We'll
all the
see.
best, boys.
All right. With that, let's wrap it up. Thank you, everyone. See you
Until
for
next time.
yes. Bye bye.